Good morning. This is Doreen with Thought Storm Journal. Back in the days when I was in the throes of major depression, my dreams started becoming very vivid at night. And they could often be disturbing because they were often dreams about death and dying and suicide. And I felt I needed to get a handle on them, and I decided to get a big dream book, dream dictionary, and started trying to learn to interpret them. And I did that for a while, and after a while I was thinking I was getting pretty good at it. And now that I've been interpreting my own dreams for years, for myself as well as for others, I've learned a lot more about them, and I realized much later that these kinds of dreams that I was having at that time were actually sending me really profound messages. Because your mind, after it gets done processing your daily routine, as soon as you go to sleep at night, it starts going to work pushing your unconscious thoughts into your conscious mind. This is when we start to remember and question the dreams that we have. There are so many instances that people have come to me worried about nightmares of death, either their own death or a loved one. And they can be really disturbing or even traumatizing because of the impact they have on the dreamer. And people refer to them as nightmares. But if we have one of these kinds of dreams, should we be worried? Are they really nightmares? Your fears, worries, and frustrations come to life in your dreams. And often it's because you push emotions to the back of your mind in your waking life because you don't want to deal with them, quite frankly. It might be too painful or worrisome to deal with them, or you may feel you just don't have time. But if you don't address them in your waking life, you'll surely have them reappear in your sleep at night. And they could turn into nightmares involving many kinds of death and destruction. Clear indications of something you're really anxious about. So let's examine different dream scenarios. First, keep in mind that death in dreams always represents some kind of symbolic death, not an actual death. I know it's pretty riveting, and there are all kinds of rumors that swirl around about it being a foretelling of your actual death, but this is not the case. It can be scary, especially when it's the death of yourself or a loved one, but your unconscious mind uses an intense dream theme to get your attention. A symbolic death could mean many things. If you're the one dying or dead in the dream, it's about a rebirth or a need to be reborn. Often you're shedding your old self in order to make room for a new one. Perhaps you've changed in some profound way in your waking life, or you've hit some kind of milestone. Maybe some bad aspect of yourself has metaphorically died or is trying to die, such as a bad habit, destructive behavior, or some other negative aspect of yourself. This is when death dreams often occur, leaving the dreamer confused, often at a time when things seem to be going well in their lives. The death of a loved one is another type of symbolic death. It means that your relationship may have changed with this person. If you dream about the death of a friend, perhaps that friend has been off on different pursuits and doesn't have as much time to spend with you. If you dream about the death of your own child, it may be bringing your fears to the forefront that he or she is growing up and moving on to forge his or her own life. If you dream about the death of a child you don't know, it may signify the death of your childhood and that it's time to act more grown up and serious about your life. Alternatively, it can mean you feel your inner child has, in a sense, died, and your life has become too serious with not enough fun. Dreams about the death of your spouse indicate you may fear your relationship with that person is in trouble, or has changed in some way, causing you anxiety when you don't know what the outcome will be. Though it doesn't mean the relationship is doomed, it only means that the changes in the relationship might be necessary or inevitable in order to keep it going. Dreams of murder are always traumatic, but almost never indicate an actual murder. If you dream you're murdering someone, it may mean this person is driving you crazy in your waking life and you subconsciously want them, quote unquote, gone from your life. It doesn't mean you want them dead. It just means you strongly feel your life would be better off without them in it. Hence the symbolic murder. These kinds of dreams mean you're harboring some kind of deep resentment for this person that needs to be addressed. And as far as someone murdering you in a dream goes, have you ever made the statement that something or someone was killing you? This metaphor is brought to life in your dreams as you may feel this person or the situation this person represents in your waking life is literally killing you. It's a strong message from your subconscious mind to fix the problem. Often there's a large amount of blood everywhere in this dreamscape, and that can also be highly disturbing, but blood is your life force. And this symbol in your dream only indicates that the person or situation is literally draining the life out of you in your waking life. These types of dreams are a call to action for you to work toward preserving your sanity and seriously do what needs to be done to take care of yourself. Sometimes there are severed or injured body parts involved in these kind of dreams, but they're only symbolic of the action these body parts were intended to perform. If your arm is severed or injured in a dream, it means that a person or situation in your waking life is causing you to be unable to do things that are important in life for you to do. If your leg is severed, it means you feel your ability to ambulate and travel and move through your life has been hindered. If your head is severed or injured, it means that someone or something is trying to hijack your thoughts or hinder your ability to think things through. Dreams of suicide indicate another kind of symbolic death. They can actually be very positive. When a person with addictive, destructive, or criminal behaviors is seriously ready to turn over a new leaf and defeat the problem, they may have a dream about committing suicide because they are symbolically killing that bad aspect of themselves. Alternatively, there may be overwhelming circumstances in your life that you're hoping will be over soon. You may want to end them yourself, but it doesn't mean you want to commit suicide. It indicates the loss of your inner strength and that you're thinking seriously about giving up on a situation, but not to the point of an actual death. It's only another call to action to address the need for transformation in your life. And last but not least, end-of-the-world dreams or apocalyptic scenarios and dreams. These kind of dreams mean that a situation in your life has gotten completely out of control and you feel helpless to do anything about it. The end-of-the-world metaphor is important to remember here. You're having this dream because you believe the world as you perceive it is ending. This can also indicate a wrenching and an uncomfortable change that's taking place for you that you're afraid of dealing with, but it by no means indicates the coming of an actual apocalypse. Death dreams are too often taken literally because the dreamscape can be very dark and foreboding and frightening, but nearly all of them are symbolic of rebirth, profound change, or self-transformation. If you keep these things in mind, you'll never regard dreams of death as nightmares again.